My people, my people, my people. Okay. It's not Friday. I actually don't know what day it is, but I didn't really get into the twin flame Friday. So whatever day it is, it's whatever day you seeing this. Obviously, this is meant for you. Okay, so I y'all, if any of y'all follow me, twins, this is really important. All right, first I want you to know all these messages that you get on twin flame thing that you have to understand and treat everything like tarot. Things are timeless, right? If you're resonating with the energy of the message, then listen, all right? But if it's like, nah, I don't feel like that's where I'm at, then listen to that too and scroll away, okay? Because there are different levels at which people are at. And remember, it's a journey, okay? But this one today, this is when you've been on your journey for a minute. And honestly, it is to tell you what the twin flame journey is all about. All right, so this isn't about when you're in your in love stage. This isn't just about separation stage and oh my god, they're coming back and you're calling them back. You're channeling and healing your divine masculine and feminine within you. Of course, you're also on your soul journey, so you're becoming one with yourself. The twin flame journey is literally about knowing your worth. My bad, I had to plug in my mic again. And anyways, learning that it's about self-worth was very annoying. It was a little lackluster because I was like, being a hopeless romantic and all, I'm like, wait a minute, but what about all those feels and, you know, being together and that romantic love stuff that it felt like, and I swear I saw the future on and stuff like that. And it's like, yes, absolutely, it is all of that. But before you ever can even get to that, you have got to love yourself so thoroughly that there is no way that you would receive anything other than that. All right. And so, ooh, I just got a ringing in my ear. Dang, that's confirmation like a mug. Hold on, I took notes because I've been channeling so much stuff. Okay, yes. So, self-worth. It's weird because you go through, you talk about the separation stage, or wait, the in-love stage or whatever. I would say that's the puppy love stage, okay? The honeymoon stage. And then that ends and then you get a little rocky because it's a little, y'all are triggering each other. Y'all are twins. It's too much alike. Boom, boom, boom. Y'all are catalysts. Boom, boom. Heal here, heal here. Y'all ain't healing at the time because y'all are too alike. You need to separate. Here comes the separation. But then you keep pulling to each other. Whatever. The universe will make up anything. Oh, I'm mad, so I'm gonna do this to you or that to you or blah, 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 blah. Whatever the universe creates for your dynamic, because everybody's story is different, it's gonna be the same push and pull. And then you're gonna get a little further in along and then you'll fall again. And then it's either way, you're gonna be feeling the energies. Along that journey, once you set it to the side, because what happens during the separation or what's supposed to, one of you for sure will elevate, alchemize, learn who you are meant to be on this planet, because that's why you couldn't be with your twin, because it's too much of a distraction at the time for you to do what you need to do on Earth. And the twin flame journey is like the last little cherry on top. After you have understood everything, you go to your twin flame journey, and then you face all of these energies that you have set away for so long, okay? And when you go into it, you realize that it's a cycle that keeps happening over and over and over again. Years of time, or weeks of time, months of time, it's whatever. The cycle's gonna come back the way your cycles work. And if you're in the lane where I am at, you get what I'm saying? You've gotten to your divine masculine, divine feminine, and now you're in, well, this is where I'm at. I've mastered divine masculine, mastered divine feminine. Now embodying both as one. I can go be divine masculine, divine feminine, meaning I can be the chaser, I could be the runner or the receiver, you know, the go-getter in the masculine energy or the receiver in the divine feminine energy. And when you master both and you say, you learn your worth, you realize the twin calls you to it so you can get your power back. That's the only reason why you go back to it, okay? Because unless both of you are healed and are in alignment, then the one twin that has been in the waiting game, wondering when they're gonna come back, wondering when they're gonna snap out of it, wondering, waiting, and then not waiting, but then still something, okay? You are meant to go there. You are meant to alchemize. You are meant to feel said cycle again of rejection, of breadcrumbing, of this, of that, right? Because that's your cycle. It's supposed to never end because you're never supposed to get over this person because this is your divine counterpart and you've seen the future. This is the blessing and the curse of being able to see the future. Hold on. Hold on. I got a call. Confirmation. It's Nikisha. I'm gonna have to call Nikisha back. Wait, hold on. Nah, yeah, I'm gonna call her back. Ow! Nikisha, man, you made me hit my arm. Anyway, so, where was I? Oh, yeah, I was saying this is the blessing and the curse of being able to be a seer, okay? You don't know what it takes to get to that future destination that you got to, because part of getting to that is letting go, okay? And you got to understand, even if you see a future, that is only one timeline, okay? It's a good timeline if that's the one you choose, but I'm going to get you there, okay? You're going to get to a point where you stop. You see the cycles, because you've done alchemy on the other side. You've done your shadow work. You've done all the healing you're meant to do. Right? So now you think that you're aligned with your twin. No, you're just supposed to realize what all you were giving them, because that love, that amazing feeling that you are feeling about them and this, that, and the other, no matter how it comes, whether it's real or spell or whatever, you are feeling, this is your world. This is what you're feeling. And you're thinking that it's coming from this person because it only gets triggered when it's them. You've been with other people and you didn't feel it. Okay, so yes, they are a mate to you, some form of twin, false or true, that is triggering you, activating your soul. But what you come to realize is your self-worth with all of your shadow work. You're no longer insecure. You're no longer lacking confidence in loving yourself. You learn to love yourself. When you learn to love yourself, now when you're faced with your twin not being where you are in alignment, still not being wherever, okay, you realize that just isn't it. And you're saying, wait, but I saw a future. You're never going to get that future if you're allowing that person to give you less than what you deserve. And that is one timeline. That is the timeline of them getting it right. Okay? Of you both getting it right together. There's another timeline, right? You have to go and give the universe opportunities you have to allow the universe to bring you endless opportunities, okay? So once you learn to love yourself, right? Once you learn that, and once you take your energy back and realize it's not them that is making you feel that love. It is your love that you are feeling toward them. So if you take your love back and realize, I'm incredible, I'm amazing, I am, like, you have got to get in your divine masculine and divine feminine. You could say, I can divine masculinely go after anyone that I so choose and have them. You get what I'm saying? But you are very choosy because you have earned the right to be at where you are. And so you don't need to just choose anything that doesn't match your energy, your frequency. And unfortunately, when you're in the twin flame journey and you see all these future things, you think that that's the only person that could exist that could do that. Now, just because it's the only person that has, because that's the person you chose to give that energy to, doesn't mean that that's the only person that it could be. You are a master manifester. You create your universe. If you say it's not that person, God, send me somebody else that matches exactly what I'm looking for to make me want to give them the love like that. Now, one of two things are going to happen. Magically, something happens with your twin and they elevate, and your new love is your old love because they have elevated, because you're a different person, aren't you? But what also could happen, because this is also an option, if none of the future has happened yet, you can make it be anything. Yeah, you have to get over it being the person doesn't treat you right. You have to ask yourself, if it was your friend, and aside from the divine and all these feelings that you felt and all the futures that you saw, aside from that, if you weren't given those visions, with the way this person makes you feel more frequently than not in the astral, in the human, if their human is treating your human not the way that you would want for your divine counterpart to act or treat you, then why on earth would you even deal with that individual? Why would you accept the love that is unloving? Why would you accept somebody that gives it to you a little bit, takes it away, for whatever reasoning? With everybody's story, it's a different theme. It's a different situation, same thing. You're still feeling the push-pull. You're still feeling the love, no love, love, no love. You're there, I'm gone, you're there, blah, 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 ghosting, blah, blah, blah. All of that, okay? When I went into the labyrinth, I went into a deep dive of experimentation on myself, on love. How can I figure out the twin flame journey and give people information if I avoid my twin? So I'm not going to be the runner anymore. I'm going to go face it. And what I found was, yes, it goes through the same cycle over and over again until you hop out and say, I love myself enough. I love you, but I love me more. And when you say that, when you choose that, when you know your worth, That's when you crack the code. When you literally say, I deserve better than what that person is offering me, because the love that I have to give, that I'm proving that I could feel and that they clearly feel. They know it, but they love receiving it. They don't necessarily like to give it. Their life is life and wherever the heck. You know, it might not be life in good, bad, whatever. Regardless, they feel your love. Are you feeling theirs? In the human, not the astral, because you got to understand the astral is timeless. You could be 10 years in the future. You could be 20 years in the future. You don't know how to get to that future, and it's definitely not by thinking that you're going to keep taking crap and somebody's going to say, oh yeah, they keep taking crap. Let me give them more good stuff because I get to keep them whether I give them love or not, because they're in love with me and they can just be there until I'm ready. And you're over there being a good male or female or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And saying, I know that this is my divine counterpart and I'm going to wait. And I'm going to withstand them being in their south node and not loving me properly, but I'm going to be a ride or die and do that. Kudos to you if that's what you choose. That's not what your soul is telling you to do, because it hurts every time they do stupid stuff. Now, on the level of hurt, that depends on your level of alchemy. You could feel the intention whether you're an alchemist or not. The intention is felt. On my level, I'm like, that sucks. You know what I'm saying? Dang. Why? You know what I'm saying? What's so hard about? And then if you know your soul journey, you understand what's so hard about. It's a lot of stuff hard about it. You know what I mean? So you give them grace, but by no means do you not give yourself the worth that you deserve, because you're able to do it. And I'm telling you, your divine counterpart will be able to do it, because if somebody can't match your energy, then that person can't match your energy. Understand that. So the twin flame journey, that person is meant to be your catalyst. They are supposed to show you something. They are supposed to help you learn to choose yourself. And it's hard to believe. It's like, but it says that I'm supposed to. Yes, oracles will tell you that this is your person. You have to go against what your mother, father, divine, source says. If it says choose that person and it's not resonating, so source wants to know if you will choose you. Will you choose you despite what anybody is saying? You seeing something in the future thinking that means stay? No, that means okay, that could happen. So when you choose you, the possibilities are endless. You take your power back. And now, not saying, let me be real. Twins right now, most of the twins in the collective, a lot of the twins in the collective are going through some kind of separation where individually, on one side or the other, they're leaving partners across the board. What you need to do, truthfully, be with yourself. Learn to love yourself. Ask yourself why you were willing to accept somebody that wasn't giving you all that you deserved. You got to ask yourself that. Why am I waiting? And if you say, oh, because I saw it in the future, but I don't like what they're doing now. If anybody else did that to you or gave you what they're not giving, would you stay? I mean, maybe if you're having some kind of financial difficulties or there's some advantage to it. But if you're about love, then no, you're not going to stay, because you know what you deserve. And like I said, if you're just getting out of, like for me right now, I could talk about the love of my twin all I want, but I know that after getting out of a serious love, I've been broken up for a while, so you start to get that itch of, okay, maybe I'm ready. But if you're fresh out, I am going to enjoy being single and having, for me, my version is I have to take care of myself now, meaning I don't know that freedom of only having to worry about me. It's been so long since the only person that I literally had to take care of was me. So I'm going to sit in that, because guess what a twin brings? It brings splitting energy with somebody. And if your twin's not there, you don't want to split whatever energy they got going on, because they're not matching you. So what do you want to do? Take that into, I wouldn't want to take that into my new beginning. You know what I mean? So I had to go into the twin flame journey. You got to go face it. And then, yes, that's when you go try, you reach out, you see what the dynamic is about. Once I figure out what the dynamic is about, by no means will I stay in the loop. Now, my twin flame dynamic is a little different, because because I'm a highly because I know what I know and I've worked on my soul journey, I had to know that my twin would be somewhere in the realm of magic and whatever. So our journey is a little different. That's a different connection, in the sense of mine was part of like lower vibrational, dark magics type stuff. It's a different journey. You get what I'm saying? But same thing. I figure out the theme. I'm not going to stay in the cycle no matter what. Not if the love that I have to give is reciprocated. So when you get into your power, you stop making it be about them, like, oh, the love that I felt with them. No, the love that I had to give. And when you realize it's your love, it's like, yo, the love that I have to give is absolutely amazing. All of the twins that I've talked to, Yo, and most have, I think it's been one male, but I don't talk. Y'all are so incredible. Some of y'all women are to die for. I'm telling you because I've gotten to know y'all. Y'all's twins are slipping. I'm telling you, it's just a not elevated human being, because I guarantee anybody with the right sense of mind, if you decided to go after anybody, throw your twin to the side for a second, you will see just how much you shine. Look, my dang drum went off again. You'll see how much you shine. You'll see how many people admire and can notice and can give you the love you deserve. The thing is, you're just saying, no, this part is reserved. Nah, open that up. And then see who comes to that energy that you're resonating, that you had reserved. No, I'm not saying, because at the end of the day, you could always, your twin could get their shit together and you could choose that person. But we not talking about whether they get their shit together one day. Nah, we in the now. So what I need y'all to do is open, if you ready, open yourself up. What I say first, learn to love yourself. Pour into yourself a whole lot to where you get that, dog, that love that you were feeling for your twin was the love that you had for them. You knew how much you'd ride. You knew all that you would do. You knew how loyal you'd be. You knew how great you are. You knew how you make them feel. Now think about you taking that love. Make somebody else feel like that. Pour into somebody the way you want to be poured into and see if it's reciprocated, because everybody's not going to breadcrumb you. You pour that love into somebody that could use some love like that don't got time to play with you, you might just be surprised as what's after. But we've been reserving that love for one person. If you really ready to step out there, if you really are that hopeless romantic that actually wants love, then find love. You get what I'm saying? You're looking in the wrong place. If you continuously pour into something that isn't given back to you, the lesson keeps coming back over and over. It's a karma cycle. It keeps coming back because it's wondering, when are you going to choose self-worth? This twin flame journey is the journey of self-worth. They are supposed to show you what you are not meant to accept, what you still need healing on. I'm hurting you. You're still coming back. What's wrong with you? When I said, what's wrong with me? Why I wouldn't tell any of my clients outside of the twin flame journey, stay. Take that. That's love. Is it? Or is it your love and then you're hoping that the Build-A-Bear version that you had in your head is in this person? Which, if you're intuitive, it might be. But you're not going to see that person if you keep accepting who they are right now. And you accept them at their lowest, and that's why you're able to stay. But what you don't understand is when you're enabling somebody to be their lower vibrational self. If you're accepting what they're offering, why would they offer you more? If you're like, I'm still here, I don't like what you're doing, but I'm still here, I'll be here. We understand each other on the sense of, you understand that you will help them grow if that's what need be. But if they want to be who they are, then how long are you going to wait on that? If you are looking for divine love, the love is in you. And it sucks because, like, I've spent so many years saying it. So it's fine. Now you know. Now you know that it's your love. You get to feel that amazing love anytime you want. Yeah, I want to give it to that person. Absolutely. But dang, they not it. So you telling me, soul, that this feeling that I'm feeling right now, I could feel somewhere else? Real talk. Like, I could. Even though I thought that I really couldn't, and this could never happen because the twin flame journey said this. You telling me I could be wrong? Yeah, you could be wrong. I could have shown you that to see how much you could take. And then when you took all that you could take and you realize, I love myself enough, I don't really know who's saying stay, but it's not aligning with me. That's when you say, okay, I know what you deserve. And that's when soul brings you exactly what you deserve. And then you get to pour into whoever that is. But as long as you are nailing your destiny to one person's growth, that's what you're nailing your destiny to. You got to see who you're binding yourself to. You're hoping that that person can raise like you raise. And that's my twin. I could do what they can too. But the assistance that they need from you might not look like you holding their hand. It might be you releasing them from the nest and letting them learn to fly on their own. Because otherwise they won't be strong enough to reach where you are. Especially if you're on this spiritual journey and you're ascending. They're not going to figure out how to do it if you're holding their hand the whole way through, saying you can still be breadcrumbing me and I'll accept that. That's the kind of love I want to receive for the rest of my life and for eternity because I'm stuck with you and I'm choosing you. No, that's not what you do. If you want love and you're ready for love and everything like that, you love that person, they not where it's at, then get your love. And I'm not saying go run from it. I mean, run for it and search for it. I don't believe in that, honestly. But if you know that you're ready to be in the dating scene, telling you, just try it. Just say, you know what, I could see something there, and then pour into them the way you would pour into anybody would fall in love with you. The twins that I've met, the ones that have done the work, anybody would fall in love with any of you women that I've met. 100,000%, because you're loyal, you're honest, you're caring, you'll do anything for that person if they loved you properly. And I see that. And so if they can't see that, they not where I'm at and they're not where you are. And that means it's time for you to find somebody that sees you the way I do. That sees you the way you can't see yourself in the mirror. Because if you did, there would be no way that you would have allowed yourself to stick around for somebody that didn't treat you like the king or queen that you are. Because y'all, the god or goddess that you are. Let me not. You get what I'm saying? I need y'all to know how amazingly incredible y'all are. And let me tell you this. If I was out there, right, and let's say I was your type or something, there is no way that I would allow you to allow somebody to treat you the way that they've been treating you. I swear on God, because this is why I used to hit up people, because they weren't being treated right. Let me find out you got somebody that you in love with and they over here breadcrumbing you when you deserve all the love in the world. Please, it'll never happen on my watch. So as I'm out on the prowl, stay out my not my followers, you get what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, there's somebody out there that's waiting to be loved the way that you waiting to be loved, and that knows how to love the way you know how to love. And if you with somebody that, or thinking about somebody, or going after somebody that ain't caught up to you yet, why the hell you there? When you got somebody that has the mindset like I got out there that could be waiting on you, that's waiting to give you everything you want, you just think you stuck on that person. You know how many people I unstuck and then fell for, you get what I'm saying, but love somebody else, so I poured more into the other? How about I poured something else into somewhere else, and maybe it's just, you're the creator. Anybody could be your twin flame, and that's what's word. That's what's word. So when you take your power back and say, who do I want? And then you just describe that person. Don't pick them. Describe them, and then say God, universe, source, archangels, whatever, whoever you go to. I think I'm ready now. I love myself enough. I thought it was that. It ain't there. I love me. Can you bring somebody that match my energy, please? Next thing you know, beep, 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 boop. Hello, my divine being down in Earth realm would like to say hello to beep, beep, boop. Whoever the hell that is, right? Next thing you know, you bump into somebody. Next thing you know, somebody hit you up. Next thing you know. And then that's another version of what could happen, okay? That one sounds better to me. You get what I'm saying? And as a master manifester, as the creator of your own universe, I promise you any of those versions are true. It's the one that you choose. So when you learn to love yourself more, enough, you won't wait for somebody that has shown you that they can't meet you where you are. I love y'all. Y'all have a good day. Oh, mic drop.